Hey riders, it's Atlanta Rider here. So this video is part 3 of my trip from Amarillo to Stillwater, going down Route 66. So here I will leave Clinton, Oklahoma, and head down Route 66 through across the Pony Bridge, on into Yukon, Oklahoma City, and then Edmond, and then a little past Edmond, we get off of 66 and head north up towards Stillwater. So let's check it out. So we leave the Oklahoma Route 66 Museum by making a left onto Business Loop 40, which is also West Gary Boulevard. Now, just in case you want the address to that museum, because it's a great museum, is 2229 West Gary Boulevard in Clinton. Be sure to check that out if you find yourself there. So you see my kind of stuck in an Oklahoma traffic jam with that big old John Deere in front of me. But no worries, he makes a right here pretty quick, and I get headed down the road out of Clinton. So some of the attractions on 66 in Clinton is that you might want to check out is the Cheyenne Culture Center. Also the Art Deco Neon Gateway, which is also the entrance to McLean Roger Park. And the Redland Theater, their beautiful neon sign, is also a gift shop at this point. Great stops to make. So we continue down Business Loop 40, Route 66, leaving Clinton. You'll see I-40's overpass up ahead. That is exit 69. We won't make it to I-40, but we will make a left right here, which will be a left onto Turtle Creek Road. Immediately after that will be a right at the stop sign onto the North Frontage Road. And you will see I don't make a very good stop there. But anyways, we keep on heading down the North Frontage Road. Now, for some reason, it didn't make the camera. Here in a minute, you will see me switch. I'll be on the South Frontage Road because you'll see I-40 to the left. The way we did that is, or way I did that is once I hit Custard Road, you make a right and then make a left onto the South Frontage Road, which I'm on now. And that's keeping on to 66. Be a great little 66 bridge coming up here ahead. So as I've mentioned to you guys before, the Easy 66 guide for travelers, great way to plan your trip on 66. Gives you both turn-by-turns, both eastbound and westbound. Now I will say at this eastbound, it did get a little confusing as I head into Weatherford, also known as Space City, which I'll tell you why here in a little bit. But we will break down why it got confusing. So this is that green sign that says exit 80. So at about exit 80, we are going to make a left onto 54. This stop sign up ahead will be 54, and we will make our left. We make a left onto 54, we go underneath Interstate 40, and here's where it gets a bit confusing after you get underneath I-40. It says stay on 54, but nothing about making a right or a left or anything like that. But basically, you keep on going straight, you run into this stop sign, and that is 54. You make a right, and that is the quote-unquote staying on 54. So as I said, Space City, astronaut Thomas P. Stafford is from Weatherford. He was on the Gemini missions, also Apollo 10 mission to the moon, and was involved with 2 shuttle missions as well. So very much involved with the space program. And from Weatherford, and that's why its nickname is the Space City. We make this long sweeping left on 54. We cross the railroad tracks, and then shortly after will be a stop sign. I tell you, I ran into a lot of traffic at this stop sign. Took me a little bit to get through it. You're not going to see it because I edited it out because who wants to see a whole bunch of brake lights. But here we are at that stop sign, and we make a right onto Main Street. We can then continue down Main Street away to the next stop sign. And here's that next stop sign, and that will be Business Loop 40. Turn left on Business Loop 40, which is Main Street, and Route 66 into downtown Weatherford. So you'll see one of the giants of 66 coming up here on the left. Any guesses on what that giant might be? We are in Space City. It's an astronaut. So anyways, decided I definitely needed to stop to see him. So at the next left, you'll see me make a left off of 66, and I loop around to check out that astronaut and get a good picture of him. There I am pulling up to him. Cool picture. He actually looks like he's standing on the back of my bike. So here it is coming up. As I get done here, because of traffic, I had to turn right onto 66, which put me going the wrong way. So at the next light, you'll see me make a left, and I kind of loop back around again. Here's that picture, and boom, he's standing on the back of the bike. So kickstand up, make a right, going the wrong way because of traffic. So I make a left, and we loop back around. And you'll see the astronaut there on your left. We make a right back onto 66, and then we were back on task. So some of the attractions to see in Weatherford as we're going through here is the Heartland Museum. Also the Route 66 Diner between exit 82 and 84 on I-40, where they say Elvis himself ate there. Now we will get to this light, which is Washington Street. We will make a left on Washington, go down a few miles, and you'll get to the next traffic light, which is East Davis. And here we are. We will make a right on the East Davis, which will turn into the North Frontage Road. So as we're going down Frontage Road, also the Cherokee Trading Post is off exit 71 in Weatherford. Great little trading post. I've got a mini on it where an Indian lady gave me a dream maker. Check that out. Here's a quick picture of it. So go back and check that out. Also the White Dog Hill Restaurant. I heard it has a great view. Then there's one more that we will talk about here in just a second. So North Frontage Road, you get to that stop sign, you go ahead and go through that stop sign and continue on 66, which is the North Frontage Road. So up ahead, there'll be an F4 jet. That is the entrance to the into the airport at Weatherford. It is also the entrance into the museum honoring Thomas P. Stafford. Supposed to be a great museum. As I've mentioned on the other parts, I didn't have a lot of time on this, so I just stopped for some pictures, but I will definitely get into that museum. And in fact, this last picture was one of my favorites since my screensaver now. That's just a great picture. So as I got my pictures, I make a left back onto the North Frontage Road, and we start heading to Hydro, Oklahoma. Not too much in Hydro. There is Lucille's Roadhouse. Used to be a big stop on 66. Cool little place, little gas station. Nothing's really there. It looks like there might be some Airbnbs that you could stay in, but no gift shop or anything like that. There's Lucille's on the left. I'd stopped there before on my first trip with Ruby, which I'll have a picture of. Been some changes. One of the gas pumps are missing. I hope everything's okay with it. And they added some concrete in that old truck. And then here comes that still of me and the old bike Ruby, the first time I got to see her. But we jump back onto the North Access Road and start heading towards the Pony Bridge. And I have to tell you, this is some of the best riding So I got a lot of footage, and I kind of speeded up here to get through it. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of music while we enjoy the scenery, and I will pick you guys back up at the Pony Bridge. right, that was the Pony Bridge, built in 1433 and just recently redone. It crosses the South Canadian River. It's 3/4 of a mile long. It's called the Pony Bridge because of the 38 pony trussels. So those yellow trussels, small trussels, are called pony trussels. And there's a total of 38 on that bridge, and that's why they call it the Pony Bridge. Make a little stop here for a butt break, cigar, and a couple of pictures. It was a nice little rest area. I wish it had some benches or something, but it didn't. I make a left on back onto 66, heading on down the road after that Pony Bridge. Now there's several different ways you can go on 66. There's some like pre-30s, you know, 40s, 50s, stuff like that. I chose to just continue down this main highway until I hit 281 spur, and we make a right onto 281 spur, which is what I'm doing here. When you jump on the 281 spur, you'll kind of want to mosey on over to the left. For some reason, it didn't make the camera, but there is a truck stop up ahead. And right before that truck stop, you'll make a left and you'll get onto the 2-lane 66 right here that will take you into, you're heading towards El Reno right now. This was a nice, pretty little ride. Couple of old Route 66 bridges, which you'll see one coming up. Also, you'll hear me mention giants sometimes when I'm taking Route 66. So down Route 66, they have several giants, kind of like the astronaut that we just saw in Weatherford. So up here, I'm going to go over this old bridge, and this farm has put up some replicas of the giants, just some billboards. They're not the actual giants, but some of the other giants that you can see on Route 66. There they are there on my right-hand side, Lumberjack, Cowgirl, and I'm not sure which one that one was. As we continue on towards El Reno, you'll actually see Fort El Reno right there. It's an old prairie fort. I would have liked to stop there, but it was closed. I'll have to make a trip back up there to see Fort El Reno. I'm into old military stuff like that. This here is Business Loop 40. You got to go right or left. So if you're going eastbound on Route 66, you're going to make a left onto Business Loop 40 and start heading into El Reno. Some of the Route 66 attractions in El Reno is the Goodyear and 2 old gas stations, which we'll be seeing one of those gas stations. They also say try an onion burger, which is a local delicacy in El Reno. Don't know, never had one. I already had lunch, but that's at Johnny's Rock Island. Supposed to have the best onion burgers. There's also the Canadian County Heritage Museum and Heritage Park, which has the Heritage Expressway. It's a 1-mile trolley system that'll take you out of the park and into downtown El Reno. That's the old VFW there, and just happened to get a picture of the El Reno Indians football stadium. Oklahoma and Texas football is king, especially in the fall. El Reno was a pretty stretched out town, so it takes me a little bit of footage to get through it. There is one more site to see that I'll point out. It's not a giant, but I will point it out when we come up to it here after we get through downtown El Reno. There's an old Route 60. There's a Route 66 mural. I like this railroad bridge. Had some murals of trains and whatnot on each side of it. I do enjoy murals as well as bridges, as I'm sure you guys have found out or have figured out. There on the left is one of the old gas stations, and just in front of me is the Choctaw Street, also continuing Business Loop 40 and US 81. So we'll make a right. I should make a left, but some reason somehow I programmed my GPS. So if you make a left there, you'll continue on 66. Somehow I programmed it wrong in my GPS, and I followed the GPS. I did pass the old school, which is a beautiful old building. But if you'll make a left there, basically you'll go down to Rock Island and make a right on Rock Island, which is Business Loop 40 and US 81. This is just a quick little detour for me. you know, it happens. But there I am making my right back onto Route 66, which is Rock Island. See what I mean about El Reno being very spread out. It was really kind of a long. It's a small town, but it's very long. And by the way, the Twisters movie, the second Twister movie, part of it was in El Reno. I don't know if it was really in El Reno. Let me know if you know. I'm curious about that. So we go over this 66 bridge. Right after the 66 bridge is the last attraction in El Reno, which is a rare World War II bomber. There it is on my left. I should have stopped and got a picture, but I didn't. And then you continue on into Yukon. Here I am coming actually into Yukon, which is the home of Garth Brooks. Like him, love him, hate him. This is where he's from. Man, he was popular when I was in high school for sure. So this is Yukon Parkway right in front of me. After we get through Yukon Parkway, you're going to make a quick right and then a quick left onto Northwest 36th, going towards Bethany, Oklahoma. Go down 36 for a while, then you'll go underneath the Turnpike, Kilpatrick Turnpike, which is right there, and it will actually Y. When you make that Y, you'll go to the left, and that will take you to Lake Overholser. This was a nice ride right around the lake on Route 66. Very pretty. There's this great Route 66 bridge I'm going to go over. Now, a little south of Route 66 is the Route 66 Park, which is at West Overholser and Northwest 23rd. Has an 8-state interpretive walk park for the kids and some other stuff. Now, that's a problem with 66. There's so much to see. You just, in my case, where I had limited time, I just could not make all the stops. Now, don't make the mistake I make right here. Keep on going straight instead of making this left. I'll show you why in a minute. But I make a left and then I make a right onto the 39th Expressway, which is also OK66. If you would have stayed right, you'd have stayed on that road right there and been able to cross this beautiful iron bridge going over, or that was Route 66 and going over part of the lake. Man, I hated that I missed that, but you know, is what it is. And then it just dumps you right back on. You can merge onto 39th and OK66 right here. And we're gonna continue down 66 to Bethany. I do make a detour off of 66 right here. I make a right onto North Rockwell Avenue. And I go all the way down Rockwell Avenue till you almost get to Interstate 40. And you'll make a left onto West Reno Avenue. This detour, you'll see up ahead on the right-hand side, you'll see after these apartments, you'll see the Harley Davidson sign. I decided to stop at Harley World in Oklahoma City. Been there before, close enough I wanted to stop again and see if they changed their coins, their poker chips since the last time I've been there. Didn't buy a shirt this time. After my visit to Oklahoma, or to Harley World, I go right back up northbound on Rockwell and then make a right back onto the 39th Expressway, down 66. Just an FYI, just 39th will actually turn into Interstate 44. You exit here on May Avenue. So 39th into 44, exit May, and then make a right on May Avenue. And you go down May Avenue. A lot of traffic. It was busy. It was getting close to 5. There on the left is the Oklahoma City University, not to be confused with OU University. I'm Texan, so I'm not going to say too much about OU, but I almost said this was OU. I'm glad I didn't, because I'm sure my Oklahoma friends would let me know. Now, I am curious, what is this gold-domed building on the right-hand side? Looked like a neato building. I don't know if it's under construction or they're about to tear it down, but what is that old gold-domed building? Let me know in the comments below if you know. So we continue down Oklahoma City's Route 66. It was real pretty. And then there on the right-hand side, you'll see the Oklahoma State Capitol come into view. You'll actually go in kind of through these, like somebody called them tunnels. Sure, we'll call them a tunnel. But we'll exit to Lincoln Boulevard northbound. This is that exit, and you kind of do the loop, and you'll see the State Capitol again. Very, very pretty building. Sorry for the heater kicking on. It is a cold day here on the Llano Estacado, so got to stay warm. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Basically, you continue down North Lincoln. There's two ways you can go. You can follow North Lincoln all the way to I-44, jump on I-44 going eastbound, and then exit Kelly. I chose to avoid the interstate, especially due to the time of day, and I make a right here on Northeast 50th. This wasn't a bad little ride, but I go down Northeast 50th for a little bit and then make a left onto North Kelly, where you would, obviously if you're on I-44, you exit Kelly. We're going to make a left here on Kelly. And this was a great little road, a lot of trees, hardly any traffic, and that's part of the reason I went that way. And once we start getting into Edmond, Oklahoma, traffic definitely started picking up. And off of North Kelly, you make a right onto West 33rd Street. You'll see the Edmond, Oklahoma, one of the Edmond, Oklahoma water towers there up ahead. Now coming up, if you're going to stay on 66 eastbound, you'll make a left here, left on South Broadway. I actually wanted to make a small detour, so I made a right onto South Broadway, and I went down to stop at Iron Horse Harley Davidson. Unfortunately, I just missed those guys by maybe 30, 45 minutes. Is what it is. I've been to Iron Horse before. It's a nice little Harley shop. I was going to see if they had different poker chips. But I make a left back onto Broadway, onto 66, and start heading out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Was a lot of traffic. We make a right onto East 2nd, and that will be our last turn in Edmond, and we start heading out of Edmond. Just for your information, there's no turns or anything. You don't even really know. East 2nd is also US177. It changes its name to something else completely. But if you follow US177 into Arcadia, you are on the right track. Once you start getting close to Arcadia, and guys, Arcadia is known to be a speed trap. I did see a cop, so keep your eyes open. There on the left-hand side, you'll see a 66-foot tall pop bottle at Pops. There's the round barn, which was built in 1898. Also a gift shop. There on the right, me and my daughter actually came up here the next day. That is the Chicken Shack. That was a cool little place to stay. And then right up here on a ways is where I saw the police officer. So, like I said, well-known speed trap. Keep an eye out. So we leave Arcadia, headed down Route 66 towards Luther. Do keep your eye out 2 miles east of the round barn. Watch for the Oklahoma Country 66 Auto Trim and Mini Museum. They're supposed to have a lot of tiny replicas of attractions like the Twin Arrows, the Blue Well of Route 66. Sounded like a great stop to make. And guys, I'm pointing these stops out because I'm on a time limit. If I stopped everywhere, man, I swear it'd take a month. Here's Luther. They have that great sign. Luther's just a little bit south of Oklahoma. Now, right south of Wellston, they are doing construction on Interstate 44. This right-hand turn onto Hickory didn't make it. That's the detour. It's very well labeled on that detour. Hopefully, if you go make this trip, the construction's done. Right on Hickory, now a left onto E0930 road. That's E0930 road. And then we make a left on Fowler. And Fowler will dump us back. You'll see Interstate 44 coming up here. This was a pretty decent little detour. Took probably added 30 minutes at least to my trip. But there's Interstate 44. Like I said, hopefully if you make this trip, that construction's done and you don't have to make that detour. But here it is. It'll make a right onto OK 66. You're going to see me point here in a minute. That is actually where I pick up 66 on my St. Louis trip from Tulsa. And actually just shortly after this, I'm going to get off of 66. So if you're continuing down eastbound, look for this video. This is the spot. You see me pointing where you'll go. So look for this video and you can continue on down to Tulsa. Now for me, I'm jumping off of 66, going north on US177, on into Perkins and then into Stillwater to see my daughter. I ride off into the night. So we'll speed this up and play a little music and then we will wrap this video up.
Cruising down the highway, wheels go round, music blasting, feel that pounding sound, engine purrs, oh, it's our time. Take this old car, we'll make it shine. Ride, 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 we're feeling alive. Turn the key, yeah, let's take a drive. Old car, new groove, let's ignite. We're gonna ride all night. Leather seats, oh, they squeak in time. Fuel the rhythm, pedal to the line. Windows down, let the cool air race. Old
riders, so that was part 3 of my trip from Amarillo to Stillwater, going down Route 66. Man, it was a good ride. Let's rate this ride.
Brother.
All right, 5. I gave this one 5 out of 5 brothers. Reason I rated this part of that ride a 5 was, man, that pony bridge from Hydro, Oklahoma, on across the Pony Bridge. That was some great riding. That was just a beautiful area. And then there was also several other spots that were just great. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, if you are going 66 from Amarillo, you can catch this one. But then from Amarillo, from that construction on to Tulsa, you'll have to catch that other video, which I posted the picture of. So be sure to check that out. As far as my next video, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break from this trip. I still have the ride I did with my daughter in Oklahoma. That was great. And then the ride back from Oklahoma to Amarillo, I took a different route. So I'm going to take a break from this trip, and actually my wife Brandy and I went on a vacation on a cruise, and got to do a couple of things. I want to, not that you guys care. One of them's really pretty cool, where we take a buggy ride, like motor buggies, through the Dominican Republic. That was a lot of fun. And I just want to get those videos up on my YouTube just for family reasons. So that'll be my next video. And then my stepdaughter, Brooklyn, congratulations to her. She graduated Navy boot camp the week before Christmas, a couple weeks before Christmas. And we went down to the Chicago area to see that. So I'll post that video and then of her graduation. If you want to watch it, that would be great. It's just, I'm posting it on my YouTube just so we don't lose that video. And then also I will do a video on, you can't be an hour away from Milwaukee, Wisconsin without making that trip and going to the Harley Davidson Museum. So that'll be my next 3 videos. Our vacations, the boot camp graduation, and then I'll post a real good one on the Harley Davidson Museum, which was awesome. It was cold, but it was awesome. So be sure to stay tuned with that, and then I'll get back into this trip to Oklahoma. And then I think I have one more where my son met me. And then I'll be all caught back up. It has been chilly up here on the Atlanta Estacado, so not a lot of riding. Get a great day yesterday with 70 degrees. I got a little riding in. Then the bike was giving me some trouble. So I took that as a sign I needed to get off the road. And then today it is very, very, very cold and very, very, very windy. So we're running into that time of year where rides may not happen very often. So I'll get caught up on my videos. Guys, as always, if you enjoy my videos, you enjoy my content, please give me a like. Also hit that subscribe and alert buttons so you'll know when I post a new video. And I am on Facebook. I don't post a whole lot. It's the Lano, 2 L's, the Lano, L-L-A-N-O, rider. Check me out there. Get a little bit more activity. I'll probably post some more stuff there as well. So as always, guys, I appreciate you. Stay tuned for the next one. Until then, hope to see you out there on the road, and ride safe.